The number one complaint I get from people who run car wash businesses is that their car wash machines don't last long. So someone tells you they bought an industrial car wash machine, but after 2 months it breaks down before they can even start making a profit from their business. In this video, I'll do 3 things. The first one, I'll tell you what makes a car wash machine last long. The second one, I'll tell you what makes it an industrial machine. And the third one, I'll show you the exact machine that you can buy that can wash between 15 to 20 cars in a day for over 2 years without breaking down. Let's go. So, the first thing that makes a car wash machine last long is the type of motor it uses. Normally, car wash machines have 2 types of motors. You have the universal motor and you have the induction motor. Now the difference is a universal motor is small and can be found in small car wash machines. So anything that you see that is domestic and is tiny, that is likely to be a universal motor. On the other hand, an industrial car wash machine or a machine that will last for more than a year has an induction motor. Now, just to keep it at the layman's terms here, the difference between a universal and an induction motor is that an induction motor is heavy. This thing is big. So if you're looking at a car wash machine that is going to last, check the weight of the motor. It should be at least 50 kilograms or 50 kgs weight, and anything above that. Number 2 is the cost. Induction motors, because they are big, they are quite expensive, and they can go to anything above $300 US. Normally, anything below that, anything that is cheaper, means that it is a universal motor and won't last long. Number 3, an induction motor makes less noise. Now, it makes less noise because it moves slower. Now, the less noise it makes, the longer it lasts because there is less friction between the moving parts. So you check, if you have to compare the noise levels and you have the 2 machines with you, check the one with the universal motor, it will be making a lot of noise, and the one with the induction motor will be almost silent. Now, number 4, an induction motor uses less power but generates more energy. So on the other hand, a universal motor, because of the speed that it moves at, it uses more energy, and in the end it creates more friction and doesn't last long. Now that I've told you the difference between the induction and the universal motor, I'm going to tell you what makes a car wash machine an industrial machine, whether it has a universal or an induction motor. The number one thing that separates a domestic motor from an industrial motor is the number of pores in it. So for most domestic machines, they only have 2 pores in them, meaning 2 magnetic pores between the rotations. But for industrial car wash machines, the motors usually have 4 magnetic pores in them. Now, what this simply means is that for a domestic car wash machine that has 2 pores in the motor, it rotates faster, okay, because it only has 2 pores. But an industrial car wash machine that has 4 pores in the motor rotates slower, therefore there is less friction between the parts and it lasts long. And this is the reason why it even makes less noise, because it doesn't move as fast as the domestic car wash machine with the 2-pole motor. So now that I've mentioned the key things to look for when you are deciding to buy an industrial car wash machine, I'm going to present to you now the SPS car wash machine. Now this is a beast of a car wash machine with overload protection. Now, what overload protection means is that if there is a surge in power, this machine protects the core components and won't blow any fuses. So I'm just going to break down some of the key components of this machine. So it's a 3000 watt car wash machine. It has a 4-pole motor overload protection, and the pressure is 1885 psi as well as 130 bar, and the flow is 14 liters per minute, and the voltage is 220 volts, meaning that this is a single phase machine that you can plug in on any wall outlet and get going. And most importantly, this machine weighs an amazing 68 kilograms. Yes, this is a heavy beast, but it is totally worth it, and it has a warranty of 2 years, meaning that this baby can work and wash your cars between 15 to 20 cars a day for at least 2 years. So just a recap of this video. The first thing to look for in an industrial car wash machine is, does it have an induction motor or a universal motor? And number two, when you get the induction motor, does it have 2 poles or 4 poles? The best one is a 4-pole industrial motor, because it has less rotations, therefore it doesn't use much energy, and because it doesn't run so fast, there's less friction, so it lasts longer. I want to give a big shout out to my brother in Stuttgart, Germany, Samson Ofei, who I supplied 3 industrial car wash machines for his car wash business in Ghana. So if you guys want to buy car wash machines from me, I'm very easy to deal with, and I'm very swift, I'm very transparent, and I'll make sure that the machines get to you in good time. I'll be updating you along the way, from the time the supplier ships the machine to the time the shipping agent gets it, and I even give you the tracking number so that you are confident and can trust in the whole process. I have a passion for helping small business people grow their businesses. So if you're looking to buy an industrial car wash machine, I can easily provide you one and give you all the details. I'm going to leave my email and my phone number in the description of this video. To every small entrepreneur out there, I wish you nothing but success, and may we continue to grow together.